Hi, welcome back. I'm Siddharth Satay and you're watching Phoenix Dreams. We'll move back to Greek mythology again. That's also been missing for the past 2 weeks, so let's go back there. I mentioned about the origins of Greek mythology last time, and we were to talk about introduction of gods in this video. So that's what we'll do today. We'll meet some of the major gods in Greek mythology. I have mentioned a few of them earlier as well, so it's a bit of a repetition, but we'll do a bit more in detail today, right? So the gods we're going to talk about today are Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, 3 brothers. We're also going to talk about Hera, Ares, and Athena. Starting with Zeus, I've already told you a few stories about Zeus, but just a reiteration of that. Zeus is, as you know, the god of the skies and the god of lightning. He is also the supreme deity in Greek mythology, in ancient Greek, and was the king of Mount Olympus, or king of all the gods. If you also remember my previous video, he was the son of Cronus, and he was the youngest son of Kronos, by the way. So he's the youngest brother in the entire pantheon of gods. And he was also the one who rescued his brothers and sisters who were swallowed by Cronus by giving a poison drink to his father. So he was, because of this event, the natural leader of all of them, and he was the one who led the entire army of the gods against Kronos and overthrew him to become the ruler or king of Mount Olympus. He is also known not just for him being the king and the god of lightning and the sky. He's also known for his meandering ways. So he had a lot of relationships with various women and goddesses, and he's fathered a lot of children, and we'll talk about these children also as we progress forward. Right? He also has a lot of powers, being the king of the gods, and most other gods are afraid of him, and he's able to subdue most of them except for one, and that is Hera, his wife. Ironical, but true. Right? So that's about Zeus. The second god we'll talk about is, and also one I mentioned before, is Poseidon, the brother of Zeus, the king of the seas and also king of earthquakes. He's always seen with a trident in his hand. Zeus, by the way, is always has a weapon, has a lightning bolt. Poseidon, on the other hand, always has a trident, very, very similar to Shiva in Hindu mythology, though the designing of the trident of Poseidon is a bit different. So he's always seen with a trident in his hand, and he uses the trident whenever he uses it as a weapon. Whenever he strikes the trident, it causes earthquakes and volcanoes and other natural disasters. Again, a short-tempered god. A lot of these gods were short-tempered. A short-tempered god, and at will he could summon earthquakes and cyclonic storms in the seas because he was a master of the seas. One more thing to know about Poseidon, that he has a pet, and the pet is a sea monster, sea creature known as the Kraken. If you've seen Pirates of the Caribbean, you must have encountered a Kraken. So it's not exactly the way it was featured in the movie, but yeah, it's a sea monster which does the bidding of Poseidon. So he can also summon the Kraken to attack ports and ships and navies at his will whenever he wants to. Right? So that's Poseidon. The third brother in the troika is Hades, the king, the lord, the ruler of the underworld. The underworld is the place where all souls of the dead reside after death. They move down there. Again, very, very short-tempered, evil, dark lord, so to say. He has also a pet, and it is a 3-headed dog known as Cerberus. So these 3 are the brothers who rule the sky, the waters, the seas, and the underworld. The 3 brothers. Talking about the 4th god, as far as prominence is concerned, it has to be Hera, the wife of Zeus. She was also the daughter of Cronus, so technically she was his sister, but he married her as well. So she's the queen of the lords, and also the goddess of marriage and fertility. She's also the protector of women. She's also extremely jealous because of her husband's meandering ways, but she's not one to tolerate things and let them happen. She's extremely vindictive by nature. So whenever she understands that someone has wronged her, either through having a relationship with her husband or any other ways, she makes sure that that person bears the brunt of it. She's extremely vindictive, and her wrath is something that other gods are very wary of, and that's one of the reasons why Zeus is subdued only by Hera. Moving on, we move on to Ares. Ares is the son of Zeus. He is the god of war. Again, extremely short-tempered, and doesn't really believe in using the right tactics. So right or wrong is not something he will look at. His ultimate objective is to win a war, may it be by hook or by crook. So he might use underhanded tactics. He's extremely violent, extremely ferocious. He is also a large god, physically as well, and with a violent temper. His pet is a dragon which follows him around wherever he goes. So Ares is the god of war and is a pet dragon. Moving on to the last god, and personally my favorite god, I really admire her goddess actually, and that is Athena. She's also a goddess of war, but more importantly the goddess of strategic warfare. So even though she engages in war and is very good at it, she's a strategic fighter, which means she will do the right things. She will not resort to anything underhanded to win a war, but she will strategize everything, strategize her troops, and ensure that she wins a war in the right way. So she joined a lot of wars for kings of Greece as well, when she felt that something wrong has happened and she needs to intervene to correct it. She's also known to be the goddess of wisdom and probably one of the wisest among all of the gods. She's also the protector of heroes, protector of cities. In fact, she was one of the reasons why the city of Athens, when they had a war against Poseidon, Athens was successful or victorious. And that's actually also why the city is called Athens. It's named after Athena, right? So a noble warrior goddess is what Athena is, and the wisest among all of them, right? So yeah, that's a list of gods. There are many more which we'll talk about next week or the week after that. Any questions, any queries? If you have any interesting tidbits about these gods, please feel free to share. It'll be great. We can have a conversation about that as well. That's it for now. Thank you very much for your time and patience. Thank you very much for watching Phoenix Dreams. Keep doing that. Like, share, and subscribe to us. Thank you very much. Until next time.